Now we are going to study features of another group of kingdom Protista, and that is euglenoid. Okay? Why we are calling them euglenoids? Because most of the organisms in this group are going to share features which are similar to this organism. This is euglena. Okay? So this member is having some unique features that we are going to share with you today, and most of the features they are present in other members also. So this euglena or the members of euglenoid group, they are, because they are placed in kingdom Protista, so they are unicellular in nature, but all of them are freshwater forms, and they have another unique feature that all bear flagellum. Can you see this flagellum? This flagellum is anterior in position, means present at the anterior side of the cell. Each cell is having a flexible cover which is known as pellicle. This is not a cell wall. This is not a hard or rigid cell wall, but it is a flexible cover which is known as pellicle. It may be in some cases can be rigid, but most of the cases have flexible cover, pellicle. And here inside the cell it is the cytoplasm. Now another feature is that at the base of this flagellum you can see that this orange colored spot which is known as eye spot. This eye spot is photosensitive, means it will help the cell to detect the direction of light. Okay. Then you can see that there are chromatophores or the chloroplast-like structures. These chloroplasts have the pigments like chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, xanthophyll and carotenoid. They are similar to that of plants. Okay. So because of presence of these chromatophores, this cell can perform photosynthesis. This euglena can perform photosynthesis. And here you can see that there is a large nucleus in the cell, single nucleus is present in these cases, and there are some small spaces, you call them the contractile vacuoles. These contractile vacuoles help in osmoregulation and excretion, means these structures, the vacuoles, which we are calling them as contractile, they can shrink or they can swell because of presence of the excretory products, and they can also remove the extra water or extra salt from the body of this euglena. So that's why they are known as to be osmoregulatory in function. And then you can also, because they can synthesize food material because of presence of the chloroplast, so we can also see starch like reserve food material, and these are known as paramylum body. Paramylum bodies are present which having the reserve food. Okay. Now one unique feature that is related to this euglena or euglena-like organisms is that it is possessing mixotrophic mode of nutrition. Mixotrophic mode of nutrition involves both autotrophic mode and the heterotrophic mode, because it has chloroplast. So when optimum light is present, in that case it will act as autotroph. It can synthesize its food by its own. But if sufficient light is not present, then in case it will turn heterotrophic. It will start absorbing the material, organic material around it. Okay, and it can move easily in the aquatic body with the help of this flagella. If you talk about the type of reproduction, then asexual reproduction is present in this organism. Sexual reproduction is absent. Okay, so there are very few reports of the asexual reproduction in euglenoids. They also undergo a specific phase in their life if the conditions are not favorable. Adverse conditions make them to enclose in a sheath, thick wall, and that thick wall structure is known as cyst. So they can undergo incestation during unfavorable conditions. Okay. I am not saying that all the euglenoids they are mixotrophic in nature or autotrophic in nature. They can be parasites also. They can be purely holozoic also. But these features of Euglena they are shared by most of the members of euglenoids. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you.